Howdy there. On the bench this morning, I've got a UBA5 battery analyzer and charger that we're going to set up for our following list of videos. To start with, we've got a couple things on the bench. We've got our power cables, which go to the batteries that we're testing. Our UBA5 unit, which has this 48 volt cord coming from it and the associated electronics within. A serial cable, a power supply, which is 24 volts. Oh, can I get a focus? Yeah, 24 volts, 1.25 amps. And our big power supply, which is upside down, 48 volts at 4.6 amps. These parts are what you'll need to get started using your UBA5 battery analyzer and tester. You'll also need an app, which I've already installed on my computer. It is this one right here. Yeah, you can't see it very well. I'll show you later. Okay, what we're going to do first is set up the serial connection to the computer, which we're going to do by spinning the UBA analyzer around and having a look at the serial ports on the back. So we see this one, which we plug into with the male part of the RS232 connector. Connect that there. Awesome. And that's all set. We'll plug this other end into behind the computer, which I will do, and it will look very bad on camera. Okay guys, got the other end of my RS232 cable. We're going to go behind the computer, right next to the VGA port, and you'll see a matching point that we can plug into. Beauty. Okay, we got our serial port connected. Next, we're going to attach our low power supply. Okie dokie. Our next step is to set up the low power supply. To do that, I'm going to plug this in at the wall. You don't need to see that, but I'm then going to plug this jack into the matching receptacle on the UBA device. And once this is plugged in, the UBA device will start up. Just for reference, when you plug the power supply in, you'll notice that the fan does a thing. So that just lets you know you've put it in correctly. Next step, I'm going to set up the 48 volt supply. To do that, we need our cable coming from the UBA device. We're going to match it to the plug on the power supply, push them together, and you're all set. For reference, when you're undoing it, you have to physically pull the shrouding on that connector back before you can undo them. So that's just something so you don't damage these plugs if you're wanting to take it apart again. So it's good to know. Plug the other end into a kettle cord and you fully powered your UBA device, and we're good to actually get on the computer and give it a go. Got a bit ahead of myself. Before we do that, let's plug in our cables. Now, usually this comes with 2 sets of black and 2 sets of red. I have lost one of the black cables, so we're going with 2 reds and 1 black today. But that's fine. Okie dokie. I'm just going to wake up the computer. There we are. We're going to go and select the UBA console, which is in the left corner there. Can I blow it up a little bit? We'll see. There we go. Make it a bit bigger. So, for me, COM port 1 is generally what works. And you'll know it's working because you'll see flashes on the UBA device and the fan will turn on. There you go. We know it's connected when we have unit 1 come up, and we're ready to start using it. So you see there's 2 actual output ports, number 1 and number 2, and they correspond to channel 1 and channel 2 on the UBA device. So we can go in, say I want to use channel 1, I can open, I'll start a multi-tester. If we want to put current into the battery or pull current out, we can do that there, and it'll also read out the supply voltage. Alternatively, if we want to do a battery test, we can go into Start Battery Analysis, where we plug in the type of the battery, number of cells, capacity, etc. And it'll actually record the analysis, and then we can see a printed out version. We'll go into that at a later date. That's it. Your UBA device is set up and ready to use. Look for the next episode in this series to find out about doing basic operations like charging a battery, load testing, etc. Catch you later.